To clarify, as far as I'm aware, everything is fine. Physically, mentally, neurologically, I was able to go through high school, graduate high school, go to university, get 2 degrees, become a teacher, work as a teacher for a number of years, and start streaming. A lot of this, I don't remember. It's just from secondhand accounts from what other people have told me. I don't remember. So none of this is like actually my memory, but from what I was told. One summer afternoon on summer break from middle school, my friend came over. Oh, by the way, this friend, asshole, came over and said, Fofa, this store has Pokemon cards for super cheap. They're so cheap. We need to go now. Okay, let's go. We're like racing to get there because we're so excited about the Pokemon cards. I'm in the lead. I'm like zooming. I'm gotta go fast. You know those crosswalks, those pedestrian crosswalks that you press a button? So apparently I pressed that and then I just went and I kept going. And then at that point, I was struck by a speeding van. So I get struck, I just go flying. I'm imagining myself just like tunneling through the air and then like ragdolling as I hit the ground. I'm apparently like non-responsive and the paramedics are like pounding on my chest. They cut off all my clothes. There's no pulse apparently. Apparently I'm dead. To get me into the ambulance, apparently they're able to get a pulse, but it was very touch and go. I get rushed into the local hospital's ER, and when they got me stable enough, I was medevaced, airlifted out to another hospital, and I was in their ICU, their critical care, and they managed to stabilize me there on life support. And this is where my memories come in. So my very first genuine memories. So imagine you just wake up. You're like literally a video game protagonist, right? Everything's white. You're like, ugh! You're disoriented. You don't know what's going on. Opening my eyes, it's hard to move my body. It's hard to move my head. For some reason, I can't speak. And all I see is just white. Everything is just white. And like, I see like these black shadows moving around. I mean, I'm guessing like these are like the people in the room. But like, I don't feel uncomfortable. I feel kind of good. I like close my eyes and I wake up. Some time has passed. Everything is still white and blown out. I'm hearing like this auditory like rumbling. Like everyone sounds like those adults in Charlie Brown where like, walk, 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 walk. Walk, 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 walk. Everything is like, the dark shadows are like a little bit more clear. And I hear thirsty. And I'm trying to, I think I'm shaking my head, yes, right? But apparently I'm not. So like I try to move my arm and the only thing I can do is a thumbs up. So I just do thumbs up. I'm thirsty. And so what ends up happening is I have this nice cold feeling in my mouth, and they put ice chips in my mouth. I don't even know if I got the ice chips before this or after this. Well, anyways, my next memory after this is me waking up, and then they're like, I'm being like, I didn't wake up myself, but they are waking me up, or it feels like I'm being pushed up. I don't know what's happening. I could be laying down and they could just be holding onto my head. I don't know what's going on. I open my eyes and I can't see anything. Everything's still white blurs, like dark shadows, figure moving around, and I hear quack quack. Removing, quack, 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 pain, quack, 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 you're going to feel something. 3, 2, 1, and they pull something out of my mouth, but like it wasn't painful. That was the breathing tube. They took out the breathing tube. And then after that, I have more memories of just getting ice chips and thumbs up, thumbs down, and people laughing at me because I'm doing the thumbs up, thumbs down because I want ice chips. And then after that, my next memory, waking up in this normal ass hospital bed. So I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Suddenly I can see everything. It's like the middle of the night and I'm being told by a nurse, I need to give you some medication. And I'm like, huh? It's like, I need you to turn over. And then she pushes me over and like shoves a pill up my butt. And I go to sleep. And then I wake up later, like the little TV is on. There's like a little TV there that's on. There was this kids TV program called Uh-Oh, where kids would be like, if they got a question wrong, they would get covered in green slime. When I was in the ICU, by the way, apparently I was in and out of a coma for like 2.5 weeks. I was in a coma. I was jacked up on morphine. That later, that nurse, what she put in my butt was a Tylenol T4. It's like an ultra Tylenol. So I wake up, I'm able to talk. I'm really groggy. I don't know what's going on. I feel really tired all the time and I'm just sleeping a lot. And like, I can kind of move my arms and legs, but like not really. I remember vaguely like being taken into this. See, this is like, I know this is not how the room actually is, But this is how I remember it. I remember going in, like being carted, and I'm being told to like get out and get on this. And for me, this, I don't know why I remember this, but this MRI looked like it was like the size of a house. And like it was in this giant room, and that's all I remember. I don't remember getting out of the MRI. I woke up back in the hospital bed, the normal last one, not in the ICU. We're talking, a doctor's talking to me, asking how I am, having to do like this weird finger shit, right? Follow my finger, up, down, left, right. I'd be getting asked questions, like they would be asking me like, okay, I'm gonna tell you these like 15 words. I want you to repeat them to me. And that would be happening for a while. So in total, I was in the hospital a month. And like some of the highlights of that is a lot of doctor interviews, trying to evaluate my brain function, I'm thinking, or my memory skills. And then I didn't know how to walk. So I was told by the doctors that I was quite lucky, despite, you know, getting hit directly by a speeding van and being thrown through the air. The only body things I suffered was cuts and scrapes, bruises. So on my legs and on my arms, it's like I have a lot of these like micro scars. It's been so long though that these scars kind of just look like freckles, but like now it's all faded and it just looks like, it doesn't look like pock marks, they just like freckles. For the brain, I had brain hemorrhaging on the front and on the back. So what is the end result of this? Well, one, I don't remember anything at all, like genuine memories before this point of time. That's where my genuine memories start. I was told later by doctors upon follow-up visits that sometimes they kept asking me if I remember anything beforehand, and I'm like, no. I remember having to be told, this is your family. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense that they're my family because they are here. So the term is like retrograde amnesia. Anything before a certain point in my life, don't remember jack shit. Nothing. Imagine you are in middle school, then all of a sudden all your memories are just wiped. That's what happened to me. I have no memories before middle school. I remember like basic things like how to tie my shoe, what the color of the sky is, what country I live in. But like when it comes to any like personal information, I don't remember anything. So I was told by the doctor eventually these memories might come back. Over time, they might come back. And they did. But the problem is, I still actually, to this day, I still get new memories back. So any memories that do come back don't feel like my memories. The best way I can describe it is if you've ever read a book and then a couple years later, you reread that book and you're like, oh yeah, this is what happened in that book. That's what my real life memories before the coma accident happened. That's how I remember it. So it doesn't feel like my memories. It's like literally the same kind of memories as if I read a book. It's like I'm remembering someone else's memories. Obviously, I understand that they are my memories, but they don't have that same sentimental value, if that makes sense. And that's kind of why I wanted to talk about this, because that asshole friend stole all my Pokemon cards. I only remember that they did that just now, like a couple days ago. I'm like, what the fuck?